This is a banner day in the Big East. First Christmas Day game in Big East history. Santa having himself a libation. Sweaters not only at the table here, but across the CHI Health Center. And one of the really great places to watch a basketball game in the Big East. Consistently large and loud crowds here in Omaha, Nebraska, as we bring you the starting lineup sponsored by Jeep. There's only one. It's the lineup that Creighton fans have been hoping for together once again, like the Butler game, along with the DePaul starting lineup that has Errol Penn in it. We do expect Jalen Terry to come back from injury as DePaul tries to get healthy now this season.
The challenge with any coach when you lose, especially a rim protector inside like Nick Ogenda, it's tough to replace that because he works well with a lob threat off the pick and roll, but also you can push up a little bit more defensively for your guards to protect, because you know you have a rim protector. So, and trying to figure out the ebbs and flows once they get back into the lineup of how to fit them back in. So now it's congruent with everything you're doing. Always a challenge. Every school is going through it. Hopefully DePaul will get healthy soon.
Merry Christmas to all of you watching and celebrating. So glad to have you as part of our day and vice versa. Paul, they may get Yorane back in this game from a foot injury as well. He hasn't played since mid-November. First shot of the ball game is no good for Deshaun Nelson. And here comes the tremendous passer, Ryan Nembhard, off to the wing. And it's Baylor Shireman, the transfer from South Dakota State, the first
in Northwest.
Yeah, tremendous recruiter. That was the reputation he had. Another shot fake, Kaluma, and he knocks down a jumper from the corner. It's 7-0 the game. Nelson got two there, the first bucket for DePaul. And on the other end, Kaluma holds on to the release as he buries a three. Nembhard forcefully calling out a play. Kaluma, two bluffs on the three, met by Ane. Nembhard knocks down a three.
You know what? They did a really good job of cutting Kaluma off on the base.
Nembhard pull up. Oh, he's feeling it right now.
Except you have to be really good at psychology. Mm-hmm. You have to be a psychology teacher in order for these young men sometimes to get it in. Alexander able to knock fence. The ball got up quickly. It touched the corner, shrunk the defense, and then Cruz was able to step nicely into a wide open three-point shot.
Alexander answers for three, his second of the ball game.
Your game at this point, sometimes you need to turn down those shots to get a better one, and speaking of which,
Kalkbrenner from way out there. Follow is good on the reverse for Alexander, who's got 8 early. To the rebound, Shireman, who's a great rebounder from the guard spot. And a great shooter. Like that.
You know what I don't like about Shireman? Is that he shot 47% last year from three, and now he's only shooting.
NCAA tournament challenger. Nembhard has a nay on him. He drives by him, turns around, and scores. That's pretty.
Good to dribble, really good passer. So he fits the mold of what you want to do here offensively in Creighton.
Alexander off the find from Nembhard for three.
For this team in regards to the tempo, the pace, and the attitude.
And here's a guy who had a game earlier this year with 12 assists and no turnovers against Holy Cross. Little hesitation, and the pitch to the corner, and there's a three. It's Farabello.
But what it brings, he calls it the front porch to the university.
Oh, Alexander rips the net. That is yet another three for Alexander, his fourth of the first half. Alexander got by him and put it on the rim. Rebound Shireman. He has a couple seconds, and that'll do it. Well, it's what you expected from the Creighton Blue Jays. They're 10 for 17 from three in the first half.
But excellent patience offensively. 9 assists to 13 made field goals. Kind of took to what Coach McDermott said, listen, not too many pull-up threes off the dribble. Let's move the basketball. We'll get what we want. Now you shoot a higher percentage. 10 for 17 from behind three and 52% overall.
Coming up after the break, we're coming back with highlights and analysis. Your Jeep halftime report from here in Omaha. Creighton by 11, trying to get win number 2 of the Big East.
Whether that's Oscar Sheboy, whether that's Kalkbrenner, whether that's Zach Edey, Drew Timme, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Nembhard got another 3. Oh, a sweet stroke from Nembhard. You and I watched a lot of
that, you know, kind of punished you inside a lot. Kind of a throwback from that perspective.
Kalkbrenner, nice catch and score off the pivot.
If you can have a post player that can, you know, kind of calm the storm a little bit and knock in some shots.
Alexander for 3.
I tell you what, it feels good to be home. Butler now against DePaul.
The rim to go home for 3 days after this and get their break. So perfect timing. Alexander once again tears the net. A career day for Trey Alexander, the sophomore from OKC. And this is the ball turnover.
Well, 'tis a season, the giving season, and that's what Creighton Blue Jays are doing with their teammates right now. You open, take a shot. Trey Alexander says thank you very much. And once again, as Arthur Kaluma giving the ball up, Trey doesn't disappoint, feeling really good. Merry Christmas, everyone. And when you face higher competition, I think you said with DePaul.
Oh boy, rim run for Alexander and tangled off the rim. Going to count the basket, I think.
The goaltend.
Is the goaltend, yep.
Beautiful play, and that play was set up to get the back door, knowing that DePaul would play, overplay that time. Gibson, he's a senior, he understands.
For Creighton. Alexander really put a second hand on the ball, and this mid-range jumper is so pure.
And despite DePaul only shooting 35%, they're still within very much so striking distance.
Miller the kick, and that is Shireman.
The pace was a little bit faster. He's making that adjustment, but he can add value to this Blue Demons team.
Oh, wow. Shireman off of it, breaks to his left, gets into the lane on the kick. Farabello knocks it down. Lead of 13 for Creighton. There's another high screen from King. Nembhard goes to the right. How good was that?
But it was a decision in transition not to force it. Where he this opportunity to play.
Yep.
You know, former 3-time all-conference player at Northeastern back in the 90s. He, along with Wayne Peavy, kind of really pushing the basketball narrative. Beautiful move. High time by Nembhard. But that's big, doesn't it? It does.
I think the sweaters really make it feel big.
No, you just like the. That's all. That's all it is. They still have. Their ceiling is a little bit higher.
Alexander reload.
Beautiful game. Providence is always going to be
down to 28. Ref, I will have UConn Villanova over on FS1 in a couple of days. But today, on Christmas Day, first time ever in Big East, Creighton wins at home 80-65, and the Blue Jays have their 17th straight win over DePaul. It's the longest win streak over a D1 opponent in school history. And Jimmy, this is what Creighton expected to be at the beginning of the year.
They are. They kind of recovered the last 2 games from dropping those 6. They've learned a lot, better shot selection. Things are happening defensively. Those percentages dropped when the ball wasn't going in regards to defensive wise. But sometimes you got to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. You don't want to lose 6 in a row, don't get me wrong. But again, they're learning points that coaches can point out and utilize tape for that can help this team continue to grow and be ready for conference play and postseason.
We will say farewell. Merry Christmas to you,
Merry
Jimmy.
Christmas to you and your family, too.